I am a physician, and a lot of my friends are too. I mean, we're also wives and husbands, partners and friends. Some have kids, some have pets, some have both, some have neither. But over time, I've noticed that we all share some of the same traits. It's not a scientific study, and some of us have done it for a long time.
Nearly 22 years of an MD.
So this is my 15th year.
This is my 20th year.
30 years.
Coming up on 20 years now.
See, this would be year 26.
We've seen all kinds of changes along the way. We came from a bunch of different medical schools.
The college formerly known as Jefferson Medical College of Thomas Jefferson University in Philadelphia.
Midwestern University, Arizona College of Osteopathic Medicine.
University of Iowa.
Emory University.
Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia.
University of Washington in Seattle.
The University of Cincinnati.
And we survived residency.
Duke University.
Peace Health, Southwest Washington Medical Center.
Legacy System in Portland, Oregon.
Providence St. Vincent Hospital.
Portland, Oregon at the Legacy Hospitals.
I did my residency at Legacy Portland Hospitals in Portland, Oregon.
OHSU in Portland, Oregon.
And you know what? A lot of us have come to the point where we've just kind of had it. Are we burned out?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
I think so, based on what everybody says burnout is.
I have off and on throughout the course of my career.
I have struggled with burnout at multiple times in my career.
Yeah, I think I do.
What is burnout? Why are there so many podcasts about it? Who gets burned out? What do you do if you think you have it? Is it the same experience for everyone? As scientists, we need to know more. Science is the language we all understand, right? How did we get here, and how can we figure out how to get better? My name is Dr. Steven Sears, and I created this podcast to do just that, to heal the burn. I've been practicing internal medicine in a clinic for nearly 21 years, and what seems consistent to me about it is there are good days and there are bad days at work. Sometimes the bad outnumber the good, but there's probably some kind of overall balance that keeps things going. But sometimes the bad days morph into something else, like the straw that broke the camel's back.
I found myself, I didn't care about the patient.
All I could think in my head was, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here. And it was like almost a panic. And I was like, wow, I'm really burned out.
Constantly being frustrated.
My mind really starts to wander when I'm listening to a patient give a history, or when I'm hoping for a cancellation or a no-show.
Like I said, there are already a lot of podcasts about physician burnout. There are a lot of very smart people who've written books and developed strategies that help physicians find meaning again if they do get burned out. I don't have that expertise. I don't have the credentials to tell you how to fix this. But what I do have is the experience of having gone through my own burnout and can share how it has so profoundly affected me, my family, and my patients. I wouldn't wish this experience on anyone, but I know I'm not alone. On the other hand, like most things in life, I am defined by the experiences I've lived through, and so have you. I'm not offering you a seminar on positive thought, and I'm not here to sell you the one true path forward. But what I want to do is share my story, and I hope that if it resonates with you, you find it helpful and validating. I hope you will find something here that makes sense for you and what you've been feeling. Maybe you haven't been able to put a name to it. We work too hard to get here. The world needs good doctors, but there won't be enough if we burn out. I have a story I like to use when talking to my patients about anxiety. It's a sketch I've come up with over the years of talking to people that a lot in this spectrum seem to experience: ruminations. Ruminations are thoughts that go over and over and over in your head. They can be loud, intrusive, and unwanted. They can cause shame, make us lose focus, and they suck up energy. The thing is, ruminations are a normal brain function when you think about it. How do we solve problems? We think on it, we chew on it, we spin it. And eventually, you come up with the answer, right? You go, aha. Normally, the rumination is then put back in storage. But our brains, our biological mainframe computers, they don't have extra ports for upgraded memory chips. They can't even be rebooted, really. So I explained that an overwhelmed brain causes the governor of the ruminations to weaken. And the ruminations are let out of the cage. And now they're everywhere, and they're disorganized. People in this state describe a lack of perspective on themselves. They report being quick to anger, or they're quick to get frustrated. They're emotional. Their storm of thoughts keeps them from sleeping or going back to sleep if they wake up early. Does that sound familiar? What I usually explain to patients at this point is that SSRI treatment can help strengthen the governor system and get the ruminations back in their cages. This has the effect of clearing the spinning storm and providing people more control on what they think about and what they don't. But for this audience, what occurs to me is that while this cacophony might be happening inside our own brains, we can generally and calmly guide our patients with perspective and hope at the same time. Perspective always seems to be there when it comes to anyone but ourselves. It occurs to me that's a really strange paradox, but it's worth a mention since built into a healer are the same brain mechanics as everyone else. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, you really aren't that different than anyone else either. The part that burnout doesn't take away from us, though, it's the freedom of our own interpretation. Every situation can be interpreted however we decide to interpret it. But the thing is, we often get so bombarded with things coming at us from all sides that we don't get to take a beat and remember. We decide how to interpret it, and no one can take that away from us. One of our episodes will be dedicated to the concept of empowerment that we can feel when taking control of interpretation. How could someone not feel powerless when a test we've ordered is denied by insurance because you have to do a peer-to-peer? Or how can you not be overwhelmed to be 45 minutes behind during your morning session and realize you probably won't even get lunch before your afternoon patient arrives? You know you're not alone in feeling this way, but why does it always feel that way sometimes? There's an episode on beating back this learned helplessness. When I started back in the year 2000, we had paper charts. I remember there were 3 clerks from our records department who seemed to spend their days searching our offices to find charts. If someone from the downtown office needed to do billing, they would have to fax pages to them. An episode will be dedicated to the EMR and its role in both our frustrations, but our successes as well. I've dedicated an episode to difficult patients and the impact that has on me and the friends I know in this business. I don't think it would be true if I said each hard experience helps us grow. But I do think that a lot of times that lessons that are learned come from difficult experiences that we didn't want to do in the first place. One thing I've found is that doctors are multi-dimensional people with varied interests and talents. I like to write and play music, and maybe it's really just for my own enjoyment, but it feels like it feeds me. An episode will be based on my experience as a creative and how I use this energy to recharge me when I'm feeling empty. I have an interview with a songwriter from Nashville who teaches professionals like us songwriting, and we're going to hear his perspective on how he sees the creative process and how it engenders joy. In my time interviewing colleagues, I've talked to several who say that they just aren't burned out. I realize that has to exist, but I just guess I didn't think they'd be people I know. In any case, I've spent an episode exploring their stories and tried to see if it's possible to know why haven't they been impacted like so many of us have. Really, if we could just spend our time doing what we love, don't you think we'd be happy? There's an interesting book I've read on the topic by Dr. Dan Sullivan that I think you will find quite compelling. So, that's an introduction to the podcast. It's not necessarily for the broadest audience, but for those of you in this business of healing, who do find yourself a bit overdone by it all, I'm inviting you to join me and my friends as we heal the burn.